Hey, what's up guys? So it's finally time to put these 4 piston calipers on the car. So I bought these calipers, they're from a 05 Acura RL. I bought them, sandblasted them, powder coated them. Now the reason why I'm upgrading to these ones, this is a 4 piston caliper. As you can see, there's 2 here and 2 up here. Now the one from the factory is a 1 piston caliper. So that one only has 1 piston here. 1 medium-sized piston that does all the work, where this one have 4, so this will give you a lot better stopping power. So you can go in those corners a little bit more aggressively. You can wait a little bit later to do your braking and you know it'll stop. So for you to mount this, you have to get a mounting kit. Now this is from F.A.T. Customs. There's also one from Heel Toe. This one I had to do a little bit of modification. I think it works better on the 8th gen, but nothing much. You probably could get it to work, but I'm very finicky, so I wanted to make sure it fit exactly. So I did a little bit of modification. Oh, don't worry about the color. I was just messing around with my powder coating gun with different colors, and hey, this is gonna be hidden back there, so it doesn't really matter. But at least, you know, it's red, or kind of. It's supposed to be red, but I don't know what the hell this is. This comes with the bolts for it. So these 2 big bolts, these will hold the caliper in, right? And then these smaller ones, this will hold this to the car. Now for brake pads, I have these Akibono Ultra Premium disc, and they're ceramic pads. These work well with that caliper. There's other brands you can get, but I know this one works well with that caliper. Now, that caliper will not fit with the factory rotor. The factory rotor is at 11.5, where the new rotor here is from Stop Tech. And this one is a 12.75. It's a lot bigger and a lot heavier rotor. This is cross drill invented. So this will cool a lot faster than the factory one. So you know what, with that and this together, it's a whole lot of stopping power. Now you know what, this shit is heavy, so let's go put this shit on the car. Okay, now we're gonna remove this caliper so we can put the new one on. So I'm gonna take the 2 bolts from in the back that holds the caliper on, then I'm gonna hang the caliper up here. Slide it off and grab a caliper hook and just hang it up out of the way, like so. Okay, now that's out of the way, I can slide the old rotor off. Put it aside. Okay, so now that we've removed the old caliper bracket and all, the new bracket we're gonna take and we're gonna put it here with the 2 bolts that comes with it. So we're just gonna start threading it in like that. So they say to torque those up to 60 pound-foot of torque. So let's go ahead. Wait till I hear the click. We also have the bolts for behind, and these have the lock-in washer in it. And we're gonna torque those up to the same thing. So now we're gonna be tightening the back ones up to 60 pound-foot of torque. It would be a lot easier if I had a short one, but I don't, so this will just have to do. Now, I'm gonna put my rotor on, but first, let me straighten out the steering wheel a little bit. But before I go ahead and do that, I'm gonna put some anti-seize on this here, so when I put the rotor on, it doesn't get stuck. Just a little bit, not too much. Right around the ring. now I'm gonna go ahead and put the rotor on. You might have to bend the heat shield a little bit. You can take it off completely, but I don't want to take it off. So I'm just gonna bend it out of the way. And then I'm gonna use one open-ended nut to hold it on. Just to hold it in place. Now it's time to put this on. But first, I get the two bolts here. One. There we go. And we have to put some red Loctite on these because these won't come out for a while, because when you change the brakes you don't need to take these off. So they say to put a little bit of red Loctite on here. Then I grab my caliper. Thread in a little bit. And these get tightened down to 70 foot-pound of torque. So to make sure these don't get cross-threaded or you're gonna ruin those brackets. And that won't be nice. Go. 70 foot-pound of torque, so that takes care of that. That's on there tight. Now for the pads. So this one with the wear indicator, as you can see, it has a wear indicator here, right? It tells you when your pads are getting low, it's gonna start touching the rotor, and it's gonna be making that god-awful noise. You always see cars and wonder, why the hell is that car making so much noise? So this one goes in the back. If you put it in the front, all this is gonna show here. So you put it in the back. But first, we're gonna put some anti-seize on it. Just a little bit at the edge, along here. Alright, now that both pads are in, I'm going to put the slider pin in, and then I'm going to put the spring that holds it in. So you slide one in all the way through, let it come out the other side. Then you grab, I guess you could call it the Honda call it the H-spring. So you push one end under, like so. Make sure it's nice in there. Grab the other pin, slide it through. Push the center down here, slide it through, come through the other side. And now, there's one little spring here. Don't ever lose this thing, because this thing from Acura is $20, believe it or not, here in Canada. I'm telling you, you'll go broke trying to fix your shit in Canada. So now, make sure this lines up in the hole back there. This way, so one in that hole, one in the other hole here. And then you just pull it back and it's gonna pop into that hole there. There you go, it just popped in right here. So now that's it put together. The clip is in, so this stops the pad from falling in or coming out, and this clip stops these sliders from falling in or falling out. So not falling in, but stop them from falling out. And that's pretty much how it's going to look. And wow, that looks really good. So now that's done, now I just have to do the brake line. So grab the old caliper, take the brake line off. So this old banjo bolt I'm not going to use. When I installed it, new brake lines. I did have new banjo bolts, but I didn't put them on yet because I wanted to wait to put them on. So put this down. I'm gonna grab my new banjo bolts here. So one washer goes here in front, the other one goes behind. Put it in here. This is supposed to be torqued to 14 foot-pound. But you know, if you don't have a torque wrench that small, you can just put it in and hand tighten it, and you'll feel it. You'll know when to stop, right? Because you'll feel it can't go anymore. They're called crush washers because they'll crush and then it gets really tight. And make sure you take your time and don't cross thread it, because if you do, you're gonna be in a whole heap of trouble. And as you can see, that's tight there. That's all you need. You don't need to ream on it. That's all you need. That's that. Now that's on. All you have to do is bleed the brakes and you're pretty much done. So this is the final look for it, guys. So make sure you take some hot water or brake cleaner and you spray this down, because even though this is powder coated, it's hard for the brake fluid to eat through it. But you know what? Just be on the safe side and wash this down with hot water. Hot water is better than cold water, but either one works, or you can use brake fluid. So that's pretty much how it looks. This is pretty much what it looks like. And as you can see, they look damn good. Okay guys, so that's it for the install for the 4-piston caliper, from powder coated to installation, and they look damn good, and I'm sure they're gonna perform damn good. So before I put my wheels on, I will be upgrading my brake fluid to some Motul 600 racing fluid. The reason for this is I have bigger pistons in the front and I want better quality brakes. I think the one that comes in the car is DOT 3. This is DOT 4 racing fluid. So this has a higher boiling point than the stuff from the factory. So, you know, for when you're driving hard, braking hard, it will stay cool a lot longer than what's in there right now, because it's just the regular stuff. This is racing fluid, so it has a higher boiling temperature. And trust me, I'm gonna be testing out these brakes a lot of times, you know. So you can brake a lot later in your corners now, because you know you have bigger pistons up front. Better braking. You know what? So I'm just gonna get this car ready to put the rims on. But you know what, guys? Just keep subscribing, and everything that I use will be in the description. So the brake fluid, the pads, the rotor, they will be in this description. You can go ahead and check them out and see if you want to order some for your car. The calipers, you're gonna have to try and source those out. They might not be too hard to find. They're from a 2005 to I think 2007 Acura RL. And you know, you can, if you have a Honda and you want to put them on, go ahead and source those out. But everything else will be in the description. So you know what? Just give this video a thumbs up. Keep subscribing, and thanks for watching. Laters.